Story time. So, we're going to turn this channel into a lure making channel. I'm going to tell a story about the first tournament I won. Going to advocate for some bass clubs, and I'm in a bass club. I've been in a bass club for almost 50 years, various clubs over the years. So, when I was in a founding member of the United Bass Anglers of Rockland County. Club formed in the late summer of 1980. It was a bunch of guys that fished. Basically, I lived in Rockland County, New York, about 15 miles from New York City. And there's fished Harriman State Park a lot. There was a lot of lakes there. It was strictly electric motor only, Jon Boat fishing. The local parkways, you couldn't have a trailer or a pickup truck on, so we all car top basically Jon Boats and V-bottoms and fished Harriman State Park. The club also was the first club that Elite Pro Kota Kuriyama joined probably 12 years later, and he qualified for 7 classics and won a blue trophy. If you can look him up, see who is. So there's some promenade to this club, and we basically had 75 members. So the first trophy I ever won was this one. It was Lake Sebago. It came in second place. It was a team tournament with the club. We fished for 10 fish and used a big igloo cooler and a bilge pump for a live well. And first I fished with Sal Tenaglia in the first tournament they ever put on. We come in second place. So over the winter, the club, and back then, a lot of people say different things about tournament fishing. We fished for trophies. There was no prize money in the club. We had 75 members. We'd get no entry fee. Most of the club would come out. We'd have, 30, 35 rowboats out on these 300-400 acre lakes and, go to town. And most of us had no tournament experience. So I had the bright idea of breaking down the hundreds of trophies I had and taking the plaques off. That's what this box is. It weighs about 3 pounds. And I believe this is the plaque. June of '81, off the trophy I would have won that first tournament. The first tournament they had for a full season, they set the club, formed and figured out a schedule, and the first tournament of the full season was on Glenmere Lake in Orange County, New York. The lake later got the nickname of Nightmare from the club because the fishing was so bad. So there was a lot of excitement. The club, guys all got together that morning, and this Glenmere Lake is about 300 acre, basically swamp in Orange County. And the big talk of the day was that Jack Bashford and Jack Blauvelt were fishing together. A couple old timers in the huts, that close to New York City. There was no tournament. There wasn't much in the way of tournament fishing. I was in a basketball club, and I had, as a rider at that point too, Watershed Bassmasters. But the big talk was these two, because they were the guys that you go to the local sports shop and they'd have year-long contests or a lunker board, and these two had their pictures all over it. So we go out there. I'm fishing with John Heladinsky. They're throwing an AC Shiner. You can they bait out of Ohio, custom-made balsa jerk bait, floating diving minnow. It was a 375 chartreuse back, and we went out there, and about 2 hours into the tournament, we ran into Blauvelt and Bashford, and they asked us how we're doing. And I was pretty young, and John Heladinsky, he was a couple years older, but we were kids. A couple actually high school. I went to community college, and a couple high school kids and thing. And it wasn't bad enough we tell them we're catching fish. We said we're culling. So this is the only limit I ever weighed in at a tournament in Glenmere Lake, and was bad enough that we told the two most, I guess we got a bad reputation telling the two most respected old timers in the club that, not only were we catching plenty of fish, that we were throwing them back. So that's a story. If you want more stories, I got plenty of them. You see in the background, got trophies all over the wall. I have this whole box of plaques. I got, trophies everywhere here. Being a bass club is a great thing. It's a great way to learn. It's a great way to expand where you fish. I mean, I never fished this Glenmere Lake, and I never fished probably 90% of the places I ever fished, I fished because it was on a club schedule or a tournament circuit schedule, and it's a great experience. It's not about the money, but this hardware and the memories and the people you meet. It's great. Well, that's it. Thanks.